Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hogwarts Legacy here on the Game Professor channel. I'm your host, the Game Professor, and I just switched over our outfit to the aristocratic ensemble. It simultaneously feels fittingly Victorian and also pre-Regency era, so I'm gonna switch us back to our fancy uniform because this is like that perfect level of Victorianness in my book. But last time we were collecting, we took care of Adelaide Oak's uncle. So we have a whole bunch of things to turn in at this point. So we have both Professor Garlic and Professor Onai's assignments taken care of. We have Follow the Butterflies taken care of. We have Descending for Sweets, and we honestly just need to keep collecting more moons for Mr. Moon. So, to start off, I'm going to take us back to Hogsmeade. We are going to turn in Follow the Butterflies for Mrs. Willardsley. You can really see how far outside of the forest we've come in order to go for that goblin hideout, which is cool and kind of wild to think about. And now, yep, just see the castle over yonder. So it's kind of easy to forget how much space, even in this part of the map, there is for you to explore, which I personally love. I know I've said it before, but just the extent to which they established how much stuff there is in this map is just awesome in my view. I think they did such a good job with it. So, let's get our butts back into gear. That's a level 3 lock, so we're a ways away before we can start going after that. But we'll also, once we're back in the Room of Requirement as well, we'll have a whole slew of more clothing items to identify and stuff, so we're in really good shape. There we are. That's the one I've been missing. Every time I'm in there and I hear it. There it is. Butterbeer barrels. These barrels contain the popular wizarding drink Butterbeer. It is served both cold and hot and has a slight alcoholic content that seems to impact house elves more than humans. I'm guessing that it's probably supposed to be under 3%, so, but more than a percent, like more than near beer, but less than a light beer. That's how I interpret it. All right.
Well, what happened?
Miss Clementine. Yes, and I was well rewarded.
They led me into the forest and revealed a treasure.
Oh, how lovely! I'm glad you were rewarded for your efforts. Perhaps one day I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest. For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to see, should I dare.
All right. Sorry, I was a little late on changing my location there on the screen. There we go. So, that is one task taken care of. So, let's take a look then. And I had thought we had to turn everything into Adelaide as well, but it turns out we don't. Alright, well, let's go back to Gareth then. That'll be our next step. And then we'll go to class. Honestly, I might do a little bit of looking around for moons at that point. Because we have 3, I believe, and we have to turn in 9. So, the Demiguise Moons is one of the more lengthy tasks you have to complete, I will fully admit. It is one of the more, like, just blatantly, just pure fetch questy ones, which I understand. I do understand logically. I will fully admit I understand it. Oh, can I get at this one now? Yay, I can!
Hello, Gamora.
Excellent. Give me the chest. Nice.
Revelio.
I hear it. Don't think that's that's going. It's always so frustrating when I can hear the ding and cannot figure out where the heck it is.
Hello
going
again.
To.
Were you able to get...
Hello, Gareth. I have those dried billywigs things.
You got them! Incredible.
You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna make him pay.
Happy to help. Here you go.
This is brilliant! Can't wait to get started. Thank you again. I'll let you know when I brewed my first batch of fizzing whiz-beer.
Alright. I mean, you might want to change the name. Just consider, because that
Revelio.
feels like it's just asking for trouble with trademarks and such. Alright. Let's see here. So then, let's go to class. I will start with Professor Onai, just because she's a little bit more out of the way to get to. Comparatively. I probably should be fast traveling. Oh, whoops. There we go. Get myself back into position. I don't think I can just fly up to where it is, unfortunately. That'd be nice if I could. Huh. That's an asset that's out of place. Oopsie. Well, let's see here. I guess let's just put ourselves down somewhere logical. Can I put myself down here? No, I cannot land there. So that's not a real surface, in other words. There we go. Nice and easy. No need to overcomplicate it. We figure it out in the end. Hello, Niffler painting. Lovely. Ah, man. I'm not gonna lie, I fully took all this stuff with Professor Trelawney in the books to be just her eccentricities, but I appreciate the use of having Professor Onai have the same classroom, have the same setup. I actually really do appreciate that. Where do I have to go? There do I have to go. Got some tarot cards. And I do also really appreciate seeing an actual, excuse me, woof, an actual accomplished seer at work. Pardon me. Obviously, that guy and I are dealing with the same thing. All right. Oh, I do want to chat with Adelaide quickly, just to see, even though we don't have to do any kind of check-in with her. Good to chat. Come on. Will you let me? Come on, game. There we go.
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
Wow. Yeah, anything more to those owls?
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. It's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
Indeed. Yeah, very glad to have helped.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
Yeah, that seems legit to me. Alright, let's chat with Professor Onai, though.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
And I may...
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
Oh, they were.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now,
Naturally.
as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
I see power.
I see good things. After all, the future's mine for the taking, and I shall take what I must.
The future is not etched in stone. It can be carved out by those with very strong wills, and you do seem to possess one. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things.
Alright.
Channel your magic towards your target.
Alright, Descendo. Let's do it. Nice.
You have it. Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Alright. Nice, obvious application here would be to go.
Descendo!
I think you have it.
Sweet. But I think you can talk to us a little bit more, Professor.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do.
How did you come to teach divination?
I was wondering how you decided to teach divination.
The art of divination is an important yet often misunderstood branch of magic. Those of us who possess the sight are rare, and, as is often the case with the unique among us, we can frequently be misread, even feared. When I was granted the opportunity to teach others about my gift and the good it can do, I was most grateful.
I see. Natty told me that you and she moved here from Uganda, where she had attended Wagadu.
Yes, Natsai and I both loved Uganda and Wagadu, but we are happily settled here now. I had foreseen such a change, but did not know the details until it occurred. I was glad of the outcome. You would be wise to remember that the consequences of our actions are complex. And so, divining what is to come is not as simple as gazing into a crystal ball or studying the bottom of a teacup.
I find it all fascinating. Yeah, and she is clearly approaching divination more in a general movement through time and space sort of perspective, kind of like what we get of the centaurs in the Harry Potter series itself. So very, very interesting.
I find it truly intriguing, even if I don't fully understand it.
Intriguing. That is one word for it. And I'm certain you will come to understand many things more deeply in the days ahead. You are a student at Hogwarts, after all. It cannot have escaped you that we in the Wizarding world are forever navigating the seemingly inexplicable.
Of course, Professor.
Now, I know that we both have places to be. Not because I have the sight, mind you, but because I am a professor and you are a student. I have enjoyed our conversation.
All right. Very nice. Alrighty. Let's see then. You know what? It's right there. It's right there. I'm just going to advance time so I can get that dang
Mine now, Demiguise.
demiguise. Oh my goodness. What is going on with my lighting? Come on. Come on. There. Okay. So annoying. And now, yeah, I can do a little bit more demiguise searching and stuff while I'm at it. As we continue along our way to dealing with Professor Garlic as well.
Revelio.
Just have to remember where any others are. And there's that Niffler painting again. That's a very cute Niffler. I do know that a Niffler would be a terrible pet, but there is a part of me that would still love a Niffler. Well, maybe I won't easily get another demiguise.
Revelio.
Because I don't think there's one in there. Oh, is this one that I had opened? It is not one that I had opened. Oh, and it's just waiting for me. Well, let's take care of this key then. I must have let it here at some point and then just never took care of it. Man, I'm just late. So annoying. So very annoying. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on, lighting. What is going on? God, I'm just gonna actually change my lighting settings for my key lights quickly, because this is getting ridiculous. It's gonna wash me out a bit, but I think it's doing a better job for the stinking... What's it, at least? My goodness. The green screen. I'm gonna double check to see if Professor Sharp has a demiguise in here somewhere. That is level 1. Nope, there's no demiguise. That's my answer. Alright. Interesting. That was not the way I wanted to go. Whoopsie. We are going to the greenhouses, not to the Transfiguration Courtyard. Professor Weasley might have a demiguise. I'll get it figured out. Eventually.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I...
Get my Whitney.
Revelio.
Now, where do I have to meet, Oh, over there. Itty. Meet Professor Garlick. There we go. Alright.
Perhaps a hybrid. Bouncing tentacular.
I finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful. I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn Flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go.
Alrighty.
You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots.
That sounds like quite the mishap there. But I personally really like that Flipendo is a spell that's learned much later in the game this time.
Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just mind the plants, please.
Let's chat with her first, just since I'm already positioned like this on the screen.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, We each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
It definitely takes some getting used to, I would say.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Serona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Serona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Excellent. Nice little way to conclude that. And we will very quickly take advantage of the knockback jinx as well here. So we can do that.
Flipendo! Expelliarmus!
Beautiful. Nice little way to do that. I'm a little further over than I would like to be there. Let's see though.
Keep itself in order without a nudge from me.
Alright. Let's work our way up then to the room of requirement then. And I will do this the long way, just in hopes that I might find another demiguise statue. It's kind of always the hope in my book is, how can I find the demiguise statues quickly and easily? Because it's actually surprisingly important to get all of the Alohomora levels. Not surprisingly, but you do at least need to hit level 2, I believe, narratively speaking. It's a bit before you need to have level 2 unlocked, but if I do remember correctly... Oh boy.
All that happened that day, I would.
Poor Eddie. I will never get sick of that ghost interaction. And it's kind of silly because it's so... It's almost so over the top and excessive, but it's just so delightfully amusing. Oh, what do we have here? That's obviously a side quest. I'm not going to do anything with it yet, but interesting. I am indeed intrigued. Alright, let's see here. Almost back to the room of requirement. And I will be identifying some stuff to start off. I did such a good job of looking for demiguise statues there.
Deek. Ah, Deek is so happy to see you. Deek noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deek has seen one of these before. Deek calls it a knapsack.
Okay.
fit for gathering and transporting beasts.
Excellent.
Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howard said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area. So, perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out on their own.
Precisely what Deek was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deek can show you how to best use the knapsack and where.
Perfect.
Come along then.
Now it's just going to automatically take me. All right.
Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deek when you're ready to go.
Okay, good. I was like, I'd like to do some identifying of stuff first. Gallantry cape and resplendent robe. All right. Let's see what those offer us. Both are improvements. 64 and 60. I think we'll go with the resplendent. That is quite gaudy, I must admit. Ooh, anti-venom. That's actually a good one. Sweet. Let's make you invisible, because that is clashing with my outfit quite epically. And let me grab my Dittany as well. And while we're at it, I can make 11. I don't remember how many I have right now, so we'll find out. Just make some Wiggenweld quickly. And then I'll just make 5, because I think I'm somewhere in the mid-teens with them. So I don't need to go overboard with the Wiggenweld making. But we'll go at least to the first of the locations that we have to for Deek. Actually, good time. You know what? I think we might actually be able to do all of the beast collecting that we're about to do without much issue. So we'll do this little bit for Deek, and that'll finish off the episode. And I don't remember. That was 3. I think that's plenty. I'm at 20 Wiggenwelds. That looks good to me. Let's do it, Deek.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deek loves an outing.
I love Deek. Probably gonna have a little bit more chatting, though. Move myself over.
That was a dark time in Deek's life. Deek found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deek hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh, it was during those days that Deek first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good.
Alright. Here we go.
We have arrived. Deek enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
Okay. So, just going to get this equipped. And because I know we will ultimately need Wingardium Leviosa there. There we go.
You got one!
And With the Puffskein, yeah, it's that easy. I don't know if that one was male or female.
Professor Howard will never believe this.
Might want to for sure get a female one just to
Deek
be
hasn't seen
certain.
this many plants here before.
Okay, Deek.
I managed to rescue a Puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deek isn't sure what they do with them. Deek is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deek suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deek knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deek has seen poachers in the area recently. Deek will meet you
Naturally.
there whenever you're ready.
All right. This might be a place that I've already taken out the poachers. I can see off in the distance where we'll be going. Get myself to stay low enough that I don't lose too much speed. Well, I think I found our poachers. Or I did, briefly. Oh, I think I've sufficiently bypassed them by flying, so I'm gonna call it good. How's it going, Deek?
Hello, Deek. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deek was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deek has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
Nice. What if I can't find any beasts?
What if I can't find any beasts in their usual habitat?
Beasts won't stray too far from their homes. Look nearby or simply wait a moment and they should return.
Okay.
Do you have any advice on how I can rescue more elusive beasts?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally hard to catch. Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small or otherwise elusive beast.
Perfect.
Would you mind talking a bit more about what it was like working for your former master?
Deek's master was not kind to beasts, or to Deek. He saw beasts only as a source of income, to be used for potion ingredients and labor, and Deek will not say more. But Deek is grateful to be at Hogwarts, where he can help care for beasts and make amends for the things his master made him do.
Alright. Well, yeah, poor Deek. He definitely has had a hard life.
Then I shall go and rescue a jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deek will be waiting.
Alright. So... don't have any particularly interesting colors. Kind of want to go for this green one.
Levioso!
There we go.
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Nice and pretty. See if I can get one more. Maybe a male this time? Because that one was female. That's another female. That's going to make it difficult for me. Maybe.
Levioso!
There we go. Excellent, excellent. And back to Deek. And then I think it'll be a moon calf that we need to go for.
I rescued a jobberknoll.
Deek hopes your jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deek knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deek will see you there.
Perfect. Actually, quite close. I'm still going to fly, though, because there's no reason not to. Beauteous. And give us a new flue flame. Alrighty, Deek.
Hello, Deek. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
I dare say we can take care of that, but first, how did you come to be at Hogwarts?
How did you end up at Hogwarts after working for your former master?
Deek's prior master had no family, so when he died, all of his house elves were relocated by the ministry. Deek was the most fortunate one, as Deek was sent to Hogwarts. Deek's friends were not as fortunate.
All right. That is deeply unfortunate, actually.
I shall go and find a moon calf then.
Deek will be waiting for your return.
All right. So, here is our mooncalf den. And get myself positioned correctly again. Then we'll make it nighttime. And there we are. There are our mooncalves. I kind of want to get one of the spotted ones.
Levioso!
I think the spotted ones are just so cute because they actually look like
Everything's
calves.
all right now.
But first, I want to see if I can maybe get another. Because they're just so cute. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to hit you with a spell, little moon calves, I swear. I think the one I got is female, so let's see if I can get a male. Let's do this. This is probably a little extra, but... There we go. Nice.
Professor Howard will never believe this.
So I have 2 of each. Oh, they're just so cute. Hello, moon calves. Alright, Deek.
It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight.
We
Deek
will get to see
supposes
that
you're
later in the game,
finished here.
though.
He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deek will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready.
Alright. So then, I think... I'm actually going to finish the episode here, everybody, and next time we will get back to the room of requirement and actually start to see the vivariums within, or the first vivarium, at the very least, within the room of requirement. So it's very exciting. And then, yeah, we'll just continue along with this. I think we have a little bit more to do with Deek before this task line is completely finished. And then pretty soon we'll be going down to Feldcroft to meet with Sebastian there. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you always know when I have new videos coming out, and follow the links in the description to the Facebook page and Discord server so you can join the conversation. But until next time, everybody, this is your Game Professor, signing off. I will see you then.